Straight in on the Battlefield 1 news again today. DICE have released some more concept art for the upcoming DLC in March 2017 called They Shall Not Pass. On Friday we got our first look, and DICE have given a little bit more info for us to chew on. Now, DICE do say straight away that this is a work in progress, and all of the art here might not be truly represented in the final game. It will look similar, but don't expect the art to be exactly what the map looks like. But DICE do talk a lot about the Battle of Verdun. The battle will have a place in this DLC, and some of the maps will focus around the beginning of this battle in 1916. Massive forests were brought to the ground by artillery shelling, and villages were simply wiped out and replaced with this barren, muddy wasteland. DICE are going to try and capture that feeling and that sparse landscape in some of these maps. Now, from these two images here, we can see German soldiers storming a large hill fortified with bunkers, whilst those trees are ablaze in the background, and here, the remains of an old church with what appears to be the same hill set back behind it on the right-hand side. The Battle of Verdun was the longest of World War I, lasting 9 months in total, and over 40 million artillery shells were fired during the battle. Now, changing scenery here, DICE have referenced again this underground shot of French troops fighting back a German assault in what looks like some sort of bunker or fort. Now, in the blog post, DICE developers have quoted and given us an answer to what this place actually is. The stories of the heroic garrison inside Fort Vaux inspired us deeply. They fought a tough battle for every inch in the dark in these underground corridors. Down here in the maze of dark galleries, the French and Germans fought ferociously with grenades, flamethrowers, and poison gases. From that quote alone, I think we can be very confident of seeing some sort of tight, close quarters map making its way in with this DLC, and satisfying the lovers of the meat grinder experience from Battlefield games gone past. If you think of maps like Operation Metro and Operation Locker, I'm sure we won't be too far off. Now, these kind of maps do suit a certain playstyle and will not be everyone's favourite, let's not make that mistake, but looking at the other images that we've got here today, it looks like DICE are trying to offer completely different gameplay styles for each of the maps that they're going to be making. The next image is something that I think looks like the first two that we saw, with those forests ablaze in the distance, but really showing off the trench networks that came with it. Now, it's been rumoured that DICE are working on a full trench map network for Battlefield 1, and perhaps this could be it. Now, along with this image, DICE quote this: "Underneath some of these trenches, tunnels and underground fortresses provide for new experiences yet unexplored in Battlefield 1. Now, is it possible that we will see more underground fighting out here in the countryside, linked to the trenches above, to provide different avenues for troops to flank about and move around the maps? It'd be an interesting mechanic, but personally, anything that brings a bit more trench warfare into this game is definitely a positive for me. I've got a video coming up tomorrow that will explain that in a little bit more detail." Now, this final image is taken from a completely different battle. This is the Battle of Sois. Now, this took place in late 1918 towards the end of the war, and DICE have taken this route to provide something for the vehicle players out there. DICE are building something that plays homage to the massive tank assaults of the French army, battling around the River Aisne and the town of Fimme. Apparently, something big is lurking around this village as well. No clue given, but considering the choice of words, could it be a hint towards the next behemoth coming in Battlefield 1? We are due to have one drop at some point. It doesn't say which DLC, but this could be a really good time for one to fit in. Now, all of these concepts look really, really interesting, and I wish we had a little bit more info to go with it. But of course, DICE probably haven't finished making this DLC yet, so it'd be a little bit silly for them to confirm everything straight away. Now, if you do want to keep up to date as much as possible with all the Battlefield 1 news, make sure you've got notifications switched on for my channel, and you'll get them as soon as my videos go live. So head over to my channel page and click the little bell next to the subscribe button, and make sure you've got your notifications set to all. I think it says send me all notifications for this channel. That way you'll see all of my videos end up in your subscription feed, and if you've got mobile notifications turned on or email notifications, my video will come up straight away for you, and you can get access to all the Battlefield 1 news straight away. But thank you very much for watching. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think about all of this concept art that's coming out for the first DLC for Battlefield 1. I'm really excited, and I'm sure plenty of you guys are as well. And if you like the video, make sure you drop a like as well. That would be greatly appreciated. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.